The 5 main reasons why you shouldn't start high ticket sales. I've spent the past 5 years, I've been doing this since 2019, selling millions of dollars in sales personally for the coaches I've worked with. I've trained, managed hundreds of closers. I've placed these guys with online offers in the online education industry. I've seen guys in their early 20s do multiple 6 figures in commissions, but I've seen so much more get in and fail. All right, in this video, I'm gonna be going over the 5 biggest reasons why I see people crash and burn. And if any of these reasons, if you identify with any of it, make this be your last video that you watch on high ticket sales because you're not gonna last a week in this space. Let's dive in. Reason number 1, okay, if you're the kind of person that puts income over impact. Now let's not get this twisted. We get into sales to make a lot of money. I'm not discounting that. However, the way that you're gonna make a lot of money is by flipping this, okay? The impact needs to go over the income. The reason why, when you think of like bad salespeople, and the reason why they get such a bad rep is because you can smell their commission breath. It's not an enjoyable process working with someone who's just trying to extract money from you, who doesn't actually care about you. And frankly, you probably never actually buy from those people, right? So what you need to do in this space, if you wanna win long-term, and the people who do win long-term, they're naturally good, cool people. Like they have empathy. They want to see other people win, as opposed to people who are negative, who just view other human beings solely as a dollar sign. Those people don't last very long. What you wanna do is sell on mission, not on commission. Let me explain. If you're selling some kind of fitness program, make it your responsibility. I'm gonna change the world by getting so good at sales, by helping so many people get into my program because I know I'm selling the best thing on the market, right? If you set your intentions with I'm gonna change the world as opposed to I'm gonna make a ton of money, you're gonna make a ton of money. Number 2, passive income. I talk to a lot of people who are looking for not necessarily passive income, but they expect to work an hour a day and make 20 grand a month in commission. And listen, after years of getting really, really good at what you do, like you can in theory, but this is the wrong mindset. And if you're coming in with this mindset, you're not gonna last long. We had a dude just the other week. He's been with us for years. He's been mastering his craft. He's one of the top guys at the office. He closed 13,500 in sales like within a single hour. He did just over 2 grand in commissions in an hour. Okay, that's not possible right off the bat. If you're coming into this game, like don't expect to just get some money coming in while you're sleeping. No, you're on the phones, you're closing deals, especially early on in your career. You need to be prepared to work a ton. Even if, like we have a lot of guys who start out part-time, like they'll take on a sales role outside of their 9 to 5. Okay, cool. Be prepared to put in 4 or 5 hours a day on the phones after work when you're tired. If you can do that, you'll win in this game long-term. Okay, number 3, self-accountability. A lot of people, and honestly myself included, like I got into this space because I hated working with like managers or, you know, people who were above me or bosses that didn't respect me and they would micromanage me. And I just hated that, right? I wanted to be able to do my own thing, to pave my own path, to work on my own terms and not have someone talking down on me all the time. All right, here's the thing though. With that, like with high ticket sales, 100%, you're a lone wolf. You'll get that opportunity. You're an independent contractor. You're essentially a business owner closing these deals. For you to be able to succeed, you need to become a master at self-accountability, right? What this means is you need to understand your habits. You need to understand your daily routine that you need to replicate for you to be able to perform at the highest self. Nobody's gonna tell you, hey man, you know, you gotta wake up at 6 a.m. every morning. You know, no one's waking you up. You don't have your mom calling you over, knocking on your door. If you hit a month where you do 10 grand in commissions, maybe it's the most money you've ever made in 30 days in your life, nobody's gonna tell you, hey man, you can do more. Push yourself harder. Nobody's gonna tell you to, hey, listen to your call recordings. You could have closed that deal, but you didn't, right? You need to be able to pick up on the things that are holding you back and like the minor things. You need to be very self-aware for you to be able to make these adjustments. Because like I said, nobody's gonna be on your ass doing it for you. Investing into yourself. There's yourself and there's you investing into yourself. I talk to a lot of people and they'll say things like, oh, like, I don't need to spend thousands of dollars on coaching or mentorship when all the information is free online. Which, yeah, it is, but like also think about what you're doing here. Like realize that you're looking to train sales and you're looking to get into an industry where you sell for coaches and you influence other people to invest into their selves, right? The thing is sales, it's a transfer of conviction and certainty, okay? You need to get on a call with someone who's maybe a little bit uncertain. You need to have so much conviction in what you're doing that you raise their levels and you make a deal happen. okay? You're not gonna have the conviction that that's a positive thing if you haven't done that yourself, okay? It's kind of like if you expect to get into this game and make 10, 20, 30 grand a month, and you've never invested into yourself before, you've never spent thousands of dollars on a program or something like that, you've never invested into your self-education, it's kind of like walking into a gym, being 400 pounds and saying, hey, like I wanna do sales for you guys, right? And convincing other people, hey, like get this gym membership, get in shape this year, you can do it, be the best version of yourself. Meanwhile, you're a fat you know, it just doesn't make sense. People aren't gonna believe you. You're not gonna be able to be a top performer, right? This is something that I will do just for the sake of doing a lot of the times. Like I am a massive believer in self-education, self-investing. I have a separate bank account that I funnel a percentage of all of the checks that I get into so that I can invest into myself, invest into courses, masterminds, opportunities, because I know the value that's in that. And I need to continue raising my conviction in how important that is for me to be able to operate at my highest ability, all right? So keep that in mind. Now, finally, and the most important reason why you should not get into high ticket sales, I'm gonna spell it out for you, all right? And that is if you are a little, all right? Now, there's a difference between sometimes acting like a little and actually being one, okay? We all act like a little sometimes. We all do things that we know we shouldn't be doing and we hold ourselves back some of the time. Some people are in this perpetual state of being a little and they will never really accomplish much. High ticket sales, business, entrepreneurship, these people are kind of stuck in the 9-to-5 mentality and they're never gonna have that growth mentality and that grit and that discipline to get to the next level, right? Understand one thing, as a high ticket salesperson, yes, you get the security of working with an established business already, but at the same time, you're operating at 100% commissions. If you don't close, you don't get paid. You don't pay your bills. You don't get by, okay? There's two components when it comes to not being a little, right? First of all, it's how you react to adversity. Understand that on 100% commissions, there are very high highs, and it is amazing when you're just closing everybody that you're speaking to, you're in momentum. It's the best feeling in the world. It's something that you can only experience for yourself. I can't describe that to you. There's gonna be times when every single person that you speak to, nobody wants to do business with you, and you have no idea why. The energy is off. You know, you start getting down on yourself. You start doubting yourself. Hey, is this something that I should even be doing? You start asking yourself, hey, should I just quit and just go back to working some 9-to-5, maybe that's all I'm meant for. Maybe I can't do more than that. I promise you that you will feel those feelings. I've felt them, my entire team has felt them. The difference is how you respond to those feelings, right? When you're in a rut, when you're in a slump, are you the type of person to get fired up, to build momentum and say, nah, that, let's keep going. Let's figure out a solution and attack it with some fire, right? Or are you the type of person to just contract and wilt up like a little that you are? Now that's the first component. Second component is when things go south, there's only two things that you can blame, things that are outside of your control and things that are inside of your control. Okay, now this is easier said than done. I think it's pretty commonly known that when you blame things outside of your control, you have zero power over it and you basically become a victim to your circumstances. But this is very easy to do. It's a lot harder to look yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I'm the reason why I'm not making the money that I want. I'm the reason why I'm not achieving the results that I want. But your ability to do that, to look yourself in the mirror and understand where you're messing up, is going to be the determining factor with how far you go in this space, right? So, for example, if you have a bad month in sales, a lot of salespeople say, oh, the leads aren't good. That's it. And then they stop growing. They just go into the next month just hoping that it's going to be better, right? I might have a sales guy who will take a call and he'll ask me, hey, Misha, like that lead, he just, his mindset was wrong. Like he just, it was his fault. And it's like, no, I always ask him, hey, so what questions could you have asked to influence that buyer to step up and step into a higher version of themselves? Or someone might say, oh, that lead, they just have trust issues. It's like, okay, cool. How could you have built a better relationship with them on the call so that you can increase the trust, right? You can always go either way. You could always blame something outside of your control, but at the same time, you could always blame it internally as well. And you need to be able to look internally in every single moment. Again, this is 100% commission, all right? If you wanna make the most amount of money, you gotta be really good at looking internally. All right, those are the 5 reasons, all right? Hopefully, I've scared some of you away. I see a lot of bozos getting into this high ticket sales space and people just who aren't built for it, honestly. But the people who are built for it, like you're gonna have an amazing career, okay? If all of these things, if it doesn't turn you away and it excites you and it makes you think like, hey, like this is something that I wanna get into, this is something that's gonna challenge me to step into the best version of myself, you're in the right place, my friend. Go check out all of my other content. We have case studies. We have interviews with closers who are crushing it. We have training, step-by-step breakdowns on sales, on career path, how to actually break into the space, how to find clients to sell for. Go check it out, and I'll see you there. Peace.